Folks, I want to have kind of an adult conversation with you, right? That's very much one rental at a time oriented. We're going to do this with Mr. Stephen Dow. Before we do that, let's do the marketing thing because I fear once I get into this, I may forget to ask for that. So do the marketing thing real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we can kind of get a little distracted. So again, although I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that of my own. So let's do another good one.
So what I want to put out here is I think 2023, certainly Q2 going forward, is going to be a pretty good year for real estate investors. Now, what do I mean by pretty good year? First and foremost, let's get this out of the way. It's going to be really hard for first-time home buyers. Inventory's not there, just all those things we talk about. But this is not, this conversation is investor oriented. So
Mhm.
realize what I'm about to say excludes first-time home buyers because this year is going to suck first-time home buyers. But for real estate investors, what we are going to start to see single family, small multi, and even kind of small apartments, think 40 units and below. There are reasons sometimes that sellers just have to sell. And some of these sellers, you know, have not taken care of the property. They're later on in life and they're just ready to exit. I think there's going to be tremendous deals put together with, I'll call, well-used properties.
Mhm.
And that's going to mean sometimes great prices. It's sometimes going to mean great terms. And it's going to be the one rental at a time folks who do the work, make the offers, and understand the different levers they can pull. Velocity Mortgage is one of those tools. If they want to go in and do some fix and flips on some heavy fixers and their safety ARVs below the median, all the things we talk about, you can help. In fact, we did a video last week where we reviewed two of my deals that I did with cash
Right, right,
that I could have done with lending and done more. So shame on me.
right.
Um, Also, it's going to be the 50-40-10 or the fact that Velocity does 90% CLTV. And finally, I know there are some investors that will buy entire portfolios. Mike, I found a person that's got 8 homes. Mike, I found somebody with 3 fourplexes. They're done. They're willing to take some money now, some money later. So I know because of the banking crisis, because regional banks don't want to lend except on the prettiest stuff, that the non-QM space, a public company like Velocity with access to multiple pools of capital, is going to be there to help people. So, folks, I always tell you there's a real estate market and a lending market. One of the things you must do is get multiple lenders in your Rolodex. And one of those should be Velocity because they are a make sense lender that is a lot more creative than the traditional lender. So I'm encouraged by what's coming. We just did a video talking about what people did in Q1. Um, I think it's only going to be more and more as the year goes on. That's what I see coming.
Agreed. On the last video, just what's the word I'm looking for? Put a footnote. Christy M was from last year, but that was just an example of
Sure.
basically a Burr project where she didn't have to sit on her money or sit on the house for 12 months or longer to pull the cash out. So outside of that, there are a lot of inquiries as of late, especially since the last time we did a video of one rental at a time. People looking at potential Burr or fix and flip, buy and hold portfolio type deal. So they're doing the work. It's just the people inquiring have either never heard of me or never worked with me
Yeah.
before, just wanted to gather details, basically what they're doing, what you're telling them to do. So and I've for sure enlightened a lot of people and opened some eyes as far as what's available where they didn't know that they could participate in certain transactions. So it's been always a fun ride with the one rental time people.
Yeah, I think the one rental at a time fans, again, the channel's growing and growing, lots of new viewers. Shout out to you if you're a new viewer. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, comment, become part of the group. Is they do the work. And, Velocity has proven performance in very creative ways. All right. There are lots of lenders. I talk to several lenders every week on this channel. Velocity plays in a place that others don't. 90% CLTV, nowhere else. Blanket loans, not really anywhere else. People talk about it.
Mhm.
Um, being able to get access to capital like Christy M did last year with less than 12 months. There's being a make sense lender is a lot of value. And again, sometimes, it is about the loan. It is about the debt.
Mhm.
There's always this saying in real estate, if you find a great deal, the money will show up.
Right.
I think the next 3 quarters, because we're right at the end of Q1, is going to be pretty amazing. Because I think the deals will be better, more margin, higher
Yes.
cash flow, higher yield.
Right.
But you
Right.
have to get the loan because very few of us
Mhm.
could write that check.
Right.
Um, so again, I think Velocities, they helped me 30-year money on an apartment, helped with an office building. And yeah, so thoughts on all
Yeah.
this? Do you think 2023 is
Well,
going to be a fun year?
I think so. There's definitely going to be opportunities. I mean, usually, as they say, when there's pain in the streets, there's definitely opportunity, and I foresee that. I mean, I don't know so much in the residential. I'm sure there's still going to be, great deals to be had, but you just got to look for them. They're going to be maybe not far and few between, but you really got to have to put in the
Yeah.
work. But I think more so in maybe the multifamily and commercial space because with where business is transitioning to the economy, inflation, all of that kind of has somewhat of a role in that. But yeah, I would agree with you. It's just common sense
Yeah. Do the
terminology.
work.
Just do the work, and that's really what it just comes down to. And that's where most of these deals I'm getting from, where I'm like, oh wow, where'd you find this one? Like, yeah, it took me a while, or this and that. So the business is out there. I mean, there's a few of the account executives in my company that are doing very, very well this month. I mean, we're talking
Yeah.
like record numbers. Primarily, I think in the residential 4 units and under space above $1 million because our loans can go up to 2 million, sometimes a little bit over, but we're super aggressive on debt service. So
Got
most
it.
of those types of loans don't ever qualify for bank statement or
Yeah.
DSCR programs. Come talk to me. We can definitely when you've come to the realization that you can shop it around to your face turns blue to it's you're not going to change the situation as far as the DSCR. So
Yeah.
when all else fails, come see Uncle Steve.
There you go. If somebody
Yeah.
want to reach out again, folks, if you're in my community network, I'm telling you to get multiple lenders in an environment where regional banks are pulling back, warehouse lines are being pulled. People can
Mhm.
say they can do stuff, but a lot of people are going
But
to
for
be
how
very
long?
disappointed. Yeah,
You submit the
exactly.
file and then nobody tells you until the day of like, oh,
Crickets.
we just
Yeah.
stopped lending. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your
That
loans in the
program's dead.
middle.
It's fully
Yeah.
funded. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens. I've had to do it myself. So, but not as often as most, and not, I'm sure not as much as what a lot of people are going to have to do in the near future. But with that being said, yeah, just shoot me an email to sdao@velocitymortgage.com. The subject line, the acronym ORAAT for one rental at a time. So remember 2 A's. Body of the email, maybe brief description, what you're looking for. Property address would be great. At least city and state to make sure I lend there. Your, mid FICO score, best number to reach that in 24, 40 hours. I'll usually be in touch.
There you go, buddy. Thanks again. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping the community. Um, let's have some fun. I think it's gonna be a fun year. I think it's gonna be a fun year. All right,
I
bud.
mean, it's going to take more creative juices and stuff like that. Fun for a lot of people, yeah, for sure. But it's always fun getting to talk to anybody from the winter all the time because people really do the work and they're all just
Yeah,
sincerely trying to make a better life for themselves and generations to come. So it's been a fun ride, Mike. Thanks for allowing me to participate.
you got it, bud. Take care.